So in today's video, we're going to go over how to create shipping labels directly out of Stride and how to process them and mark them as fulfilled. So in this example, I've gone to inventory and gone to my delivery orders and opened up this shipment. You can see this shipment was generated by a sales order, either through a website or a manual sales order. They can also be generated from the point of sale as a ship later item. And the default carrier that was selected on this order was USPS. Sometimes they'll come blank, like if it came through a point of sale and no freight was selected, then it may not be selected. So you can hit the carrier option and it will give you your option of carriers. So we've got USPS, we've got UPS Ground, and we've got a few other standard shipping options in the system. So I'm going to go ahead and ship this through USPS. And we've got a couple of default settings here. You can buy insurance, you can request Saturday delivery, you can do adult signature, automatically create a return label. Do be careful with this. Some carriers like USPS, you will pay for the return label up front, regardless if it's used. If you have questions, let us know. Shipping Incoterms, this is for international shipping. If you don't do any international, don't worry about it, just leave it blank. The package type. Okay, this is just a default package setting that you can set defaults on carriers if you want to use that, or you can use it as a quick ship. So with your packaging type, you have your pallet box, all this other information over here, and you can select a default package type and use that if you would like to do that. However, do note that the default packaging type will use whatever weight has been calculated in the system. So for this example, the weight is 0.01 pounds. And I'm sending a customizable desk. So I realize we've got an error in the system. We have the wrong weight in here. So I don't want to use the default packaging type. I'm not going to use that to ship this shipment. I'm going to have to do a custom package and enter the actual shipping weights and dimensions. So to do that, I've got my item. It's the only ordered one, and we've reserved it, which means it's available. And I have over here the done quantity. So I can come in here and manually type in one, or if you're fulfilling the entire order, you can click on this set quantity. So I can click on set quantities. It's going to mark everything in the order as done and ready to ship. What that allows me to do is now I can click on put in pack. If you have a multiple line items and you're going to separate those out into different packages, that's a time when you're only going to want to mark the items that are done. What's going in that package, you'll put in pack, and then you'll go through, mark the other items as done, and put in pack. And we can show you an example of that. So the first thing I'm going to do is I mark those as done. I'm going to go click on my put in pack, and it's going to pop up this window that asks what's my delivery package type. In this example, we have created a custom package type. We've got an 8x8x6, and I've got a flat rate envelope. Well, this is a desk. This is a big one, or a bigger item. So I'm not going to use these. I'm going to go ahead and create a new package type, and I'm going to call this a 24 by 12 by 6. And I can go ahead and click on create and edit, and that will allow me to come in here and set my options. So I'm going to do 24, 12 by, I'm just tabbing through, mark it by 6. The weights, you don't have to put in the weight on this one. I can put in a max weight, this is the max of weight I'm allowed to put in that package. You can also use barcodes if you want to identify your packages. If it's a custom package type, I'll show you that. You can have custom package types where it'll ask you for the dimensions. You don't actually have to create a package every time. So say you don't ever have the same package over and over again, you can use a custom package type and then it'll ask you what the package dimensions are on the other screen. But this will actually create and save a package. You can set it up as a carrier integration. Say that if you want to specify that this is for a specific carrier, you can specify and say, hey, this package is only allowed for a specific carrier. This is also where you would use predefined packages where you can select those if you have a predefined like a flat rate envelope or any of those flat rate options, you can select those as a predefined. And then I normally do, instead of the package dimensions, I would say flat rate envelope as my name. So I'm not doing that. This is not going to be a flat rate envelope, and it's not going to be specific to any one carrier. It's just a custom package. So I'm just going to leave it set up just like this. But it's a package I use over and over again. It's a box that we stock. So I'm going to go ahead and save this and close it. So now it will be listed in as a package option. You can also predefine these in another menu. I can show you that as well. So now I've selected my package, I've created it on the fly, I've selected my package, and I've got my shipping weight. Well, I know it's not 0.01 pounds. I'm going to come in here and I'm going to say this is a 25-pound package, and I'm going to put in my actual weight, and I'm now going to go ahead and save that. You'll see up here it creates a link to the packages. You can click on those and see the packages and packaging details. Or if you made any errors, you can go back and say, actually, it was supposed to be 26 pounds. I forgot to round up, or I didn't put the actual, I had to add some extra packaging material and it made the weight a little bit heavier. So I can go ahead and update that and now go back to my shipment. When that's all set up, ready to go, I can go ahead and validate. We also have a get rate. So if you want to do comparison rates, like, well, is USPS the best option? I can click on get rate, and it's going to go out and do a rate quote. So it says actually USPS priority is $43, but UPS ground's only going to be $25. So the customer doesn't care. I'm going to change and I'm going to ship this through UPS. I'm going to select that as my desired option, and I'm going to go ahead and apply it, and it's going to update my carrier for me automatically. And now all I have to do is click on validate this order, and it's going to go through and try to get the label. If there's any errors, it will spit back an error, whether, hey, the service not available, or address, or anything like that. Do know, obviously, any international shipments are going to require a phone number, so watch for those. And we have it set up to automatically send out a automatic email with the tracking label. Obviously, it's blank, or it's got weird numbers in it because this is just a sample label. It's not a real label. But you can set those up. You also have a send tracking email manually where you can select it here. And we also have a download label button. So it's gone through, created the label, sent out the order, marked it as done, and I can go ahead and click on download label. And it's going to download my shipping label for me. And you can see here is my UPS label. And we do also put in, for reference, you've got your package number. And we put, so if you have multiple packages, you will have the package number that we assigned it in the system. So if you go back to your packages, you'll see that pack number also prints out on the labels. Any PO or order number, stuff like that, will also pass through to your shipping labels. So that's the basic process. I can go ahead and print that, send it to my printer. You'll notice that there's a new tab that shows up that will show you your tracking info. It'll tell you if it's a return shipment. It'll have the package number on it. If it's international, it will try, if you have electronic invoice submittal turned on and available for that carrier, it will try to automatically submit the customs label or the customs information. If it fails, there'll be a link that we can download. It has a status, it's in pre-transit. We've also got a tracking link and the history. So if I click on my tracking link, it'll go to our tracking page where it'll show all the details. And if you have the webhook configured and turned on to receive tracking updates, if you click on history, it will show you a history of all the tracking scans in here as well. So for customer service or anything like that, you can go look at all of the times it's been scanned and actually have the tracking history right in the system. From here, you can do a manual update tracking info, and it will go out. Now it says, obviously being a test shipment, it goes out for delivery, and it's being out for delivery. So you can manually update these if you're not using the webhook to get updates from the shipping system. You can also cancel a shipping label and then go ahead. If I go and cancel the shipping label, in this case, it says, hey, we're unable to refund this. The parcel has already been shipped. It's out for delivery. You cannot cancel it. So it has to be in a cancelable state. If it is, you can cancel it, and then it will allow you to go ahead and you could recreate that label and resend and regenerate a new label if there was an error during creating the label. So that's an overview of the basic process. If you want to create custom packaging options, you can do them on the fly, or you can go to the menu items and create them in bulk. If you want to create those in bulk, you just go to configuration, and then under delivery, there should be this package types. And you can select that package types, and here's the list of all of your default package options. You can create them, you can edit them from here.